For years, I was chasing goals that looked good on paper. Good salary, advancement, building expertise. But something fell off. I realized I was pursuing what I thought I should want, not what I actually wanted. And most high performers I work with face the same challenge. They are achieving things, but they are not sure if these are the right things. They feel disconnected from what really matters to them. And by the end of this video, you will learn how I use meditation to reconnect with my heart and to discover what I actually want, not what others expect. Hi, I'm Tom, and I live in Bali, running my own freelancing business, and I'm a certified meditation teacher. And for over 15 years, I'm using meditation to build businesses and to make my major life transitions. Here's what I see happening with high performing professionals. Like, they are excellent at achieving goals, but they are not always clear on whether these goals are actually theirs. Like, maybe they are living up to their family expectations, maybe they are chasing what impress others, or maybe they are on autopilot doing what they have always done. Today, I want to share how meditation helps me stay connected to what I actually want. It's not about abandoning your ambitions. For me, it's about making sure that your ambitions are truly yours. I'm still figuring it by myself. Yeah, so I invite you to come to explore this topic with me. What I see with the professionals I work with is that most people are disconnected from themselves, not because they are doing anything wrong, but because that's what we've been trained to do. From a young age, we learn to ignore our inner knowing. In school, we are taught to follow instructions, but not to trust our gut. In business, we are taught to be rational, logical, professional, and not to listen to our feelings or our heart. We adopt the expectations from family, from the system we live in, from school, from our country, from the people around us, and we internalize what success is supposed to look like, and what goals should we have, and what would make our parents proud. And somewhere along the way, we stop asking, like, what do I actually want? And this happened to me. I spent over a decade in B2B sales and leadership. I was building teams, guiding people, growing businesses, and by external measures, I was succeeding. But I felt like this growing sense of disconnection in me, that I was achieving things, but they weren't bringing me the fulfillment that I expected. And something inside me kept saying, like, this isn't it. But I couldn't quite hear it clearly over the noise of the daily life, of the daily responsibilities and the expectations. And looking back, I realized that I was living someone else's version of success. I was good in B2B sales. I got advanced in that career. Like, it made logical sense to continue, but my heart was pulling me in a different direction, towards freedom, towards living by the ocean, towards teaching and helping others more directly. And the problem was I was not listening. When you are disconnected from what you actually want, here's what happens. You might achieve your goals and feel empty. You can climb the ladder only to realize that it's leaning against the wrong wall. Maybe you may sacrifice things that actually matter, like joy, relationships, your health, for things that don't bring like the lasting fulfillment, and you might wake up one day successful by all the external standards and realize you don't recognize yourself anymore. Like, what I see, that people grind for a long time, they make it, but in the end, like, they find out that it's not what brings them happiness. Maybe on the way they lost something important, like maybe it was themselves, maybe it was the joy, maybe it was some other people. And I think that this is the high performance trap, and for me, like, I believe that meditation is how you avoid it. Most people think meditation is about calming your mind and reducing stress. And yes, it does that. Meditation creates space between you and all the noise, all the expectations, all the shoots, all the voices telling you what you are supposed to want. And in that space, you can actually hear yourself, like, you can hear your heart. So the direction I practice and teach empathize this strongly. Your heart is a compass for authentic decisions, not heart in a sentimental way, but heart as your deepest knowing of what's true. When you meditate regularly, like you start to recognize like what energizes you versus what drains you, where you feel aligned versus what feels forced for you, what brings you alive versus what leaves you empty. Let me share how this works in my daily life. Every morning after I sit down and focus on my breath, I get calm and centered. I do something specific. I check with how am I feeling, not what do I need to today, that comes later. But first, I just notice how do I actually feel right now? Like what's alive in me? Like what's pulling at me? Sometimes it's excitement about the project. Sometimes it's a resistance to something I've committed to. And sometimes it's a quiet knowing that something needs to change. And then I ask myself, what do I truly want? Not what should I want? Not what would be smart, but what do I actually genuinely want in my heart? And when I was making the decision to leave living in Prague and move to Bali, this morning practice was crucial for me that I every day I'd sit and ask, what do I really want for my life? And every day the answer got clearer and clearer. For me it was freedom, ocean, work that feels meaningful, and I wanted like to build something of my own. But here's the tricky part. How do you know if what you are hearing is actually your heart? Through meditation, I've learned to distinguish them. Fear speaks in urgency and panic. You have to do this now or everything will fall apart. And your heart speaks in quiet, persistent knowing. Conditioning sounds like should and supposed to. You should stay on this path. You are supposed to want this. And your heart speaks in desire and energy. I want this. This brings me alive. Other people's expectations feel heavy, like obligation. Your heart's guidance feels like invitation. The more you practice the checking in through meditation, the clearer this becomes. You start to recognize your own voice, you start to trust it, and everything will start to feel aligned. But be aware, this is not about ignoring reality or being impractical. When my heart said I want to move to Bali and build my own business, I didn't just quit my job and hope for the best. I used my logical mind to figure out like how do I make this work? Like what skills do I need? Like what's my financial plan? And meditation helped me to connect with what I truly wanted. And then I used my mind to figure out how to make it happen. So heart provides you direction and my mind provides strategy. And together they create a life that's both successful and fulfilling. Here's how you can start using meditation to reconnect with what you actually want. First, in your morning meditation, after you centered yourself, ask, how do I feel right now? How do I feel in my body? And just notice without judgment. Second, ask, what do I actually want? Not just for today, but in general, like what calls you, what brings you energy. And third, notice where you feel resistant or obligation versus where you feel excitement or alignment in your current life. You don't need to change everything immediately. You are just starting to listen again. You are rebuilding that connection to yourself. And sometimes people tell me, I've been disconnected for so long, I don't even know what I want anymore. And that's okay. That's actually normal. The connection doesn't disappear. Usually it just gets buried under layers of a big noise. So start small. What makes you feel more alive? What drains you? Notice this in your daily life. Then use your midday meditation to check in. Like, how does this feel? And I want the right path right now. And use your evening meditation to process. Like, what felt aligned today? What felt off? And over time, your inner knowing gets clearer and you start to hear yourself again. Once you start reconnecting with what you actually want, you might discover things that require changes. Like maybe big changes. And this is where courage comes in. It takes a lot of courage and will to really listen to your heart and follow it. And for me, it meant leaving a stable career, living in a city that I knew. It meant taking financial risk. It meant disappointing some people's expectations. But living aligned, with what I actually want, that's been worth everything to me. To start, you don't have to make dramatic changes overnight. But the important part is that you start listening, that you start honoring what you hear, and that you start taking small steps towards what's actually true for you. So this is how meditation helps you reconnect with what you actually want. So at first, It creates space between you and all the noise, all the expectations and shoes that could clear your clarity. Second, it helps you hear your heart, like your deepest knowing of what's true and aligned for you. And third, it helps you distinguish your authentic voice from fear, conditioning, and others' expectations. Fourth, it gives you the clarity to combine hard wisdom with the practical strategy so you can actually create what you truly want. And for me, this practice like really completely transformed my life. It's how I went from living someone else's version of success to creating my own. And if you want to learn how to use meditation to reconnect with yourself and discover what you actually want, I have created a free 7-day meditation challenge. It teaches you the foundation of meditation and how to use it to check in with yourself, stay connected to your heart, and make decisions that are truly aligned with who you are. So if you want, the link is in the description below. It's completely for free and it will help you start rebuilding that connection to yourself. And I'm still on this journey myself. Like I still am learning to listen to my heart. Like I'm figuring out like what I truly want as I grow and change. And I think that's the beautiful thing. Like we are always evolving. Meditation helps us to stay connected through all of it. So come explore with me. Like, so subscribe for more videos on meditation and conscious living. And let me know in the comments, like, have you ever achieved a goal only to realize that it wasn't you that actually wanted it? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.